This is About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills, author, speaker, and entrepreneur. Sit back and enjoy.
Greetings, fam. You know what? Never too late to live your dream. You know what? I know I talk mostly about businesses, different businesses to get into, but one thing I gotta say, because I talk to a lot of people who, they passed their prime, or at least they think they passed their prime. I think that's a better way of saying it, right? And let me just, I'll share something a little personal with me, right? I was thinking about something the other day, right? Because, for people who follow my other channel, know I've been doing a lot of stuff on Insecure, right? And one of my ambitions is to do a web series, right? A web series and eventually a TV show, right? Now, there's been a couple of times I've had books in the past where people have said they wanted to do a movie on it, right? And seriously, but things fell through and all of that. And I was just, at some point I was just like, you know what? I need to just do it myself. One of the things I want to do is learn how to do film. I mean, yeah, I could get a camera, I could get a decent camera and film and stuff, but it'd be totally bootleg, very natural and stuff. I could actually probably do a good job because I've actually filmed stuff before, right? But I don't have any formal training, right? But you know what? Despite constantly motivating people to do their best, I'm still human. So for a second, I was like, man, I'm 52 years old, trying to look into a new thing, right? It really ain't new, but you know what I mean. And I was just like, it was just a second. Because I have it. Look, I'm just going to be straight up with you. If you got a moment of doubt, you know what that means? That means you're human. There's nothing wrong with that. It means you're thinking about something. There's nothing wrong with that. The key in life is to have that moment of doubt. One, to try to limit that moment to a moment. It's like that old joke with that Dos Equis commercial back when the first guy was the Dos Equis man, most interesting man in the world. He said he had an awkward moment once just to see how it felt. Yeah, that was me too. It happens, but then I get over it or something. But I was just like, I'm like, yeah, let me do that. But that's something I've seen with a lot of other people. They had dreams. But then, they got to work or they got to do something to support family, which is cool. But that doesn't mean anything. You can still go for your dream. One of the most famous people to really reach their fortune as they're older is Colonel Sanders. The face of Kentucky Fried Chicken. He didn't really make it till he was older. Or somebody like Ray Kroc, the dude who really put McDonald's out there. And I remember on my Facebook feed, there was this Asian guy. I can't remember his name, right? He was an older guy, right? This dude did so many things in his life. He just kept doing it. I gotta find that video again because that thing was inspirational. This dude was in his 80s walking in a fashion show with his shirt off, And speaking of which, you got people who are working out everything, like really making it in their 50s and 60s. And the issue, the thing is, it's never too late. In fact, I know this guy now. I mean, he's in his 50s. He's getting a PhD now. He just said, he done did his thing. He's going to get a PhD. In fact, I have a cousin. She said, I think I'll get another PhD. She's about 6 years older than me. It's never too late to do anything. And I think sometimes people get caught up into it. Oh, that's passed me by and all of that. The only thing that should pass you by is high school. And you know what? Even in that case, no, because you got some people out there, and you get a story about it every now and then. They didn't finish high school. For whatever reason, they decide, hey, I'm going to go back and get my GED or something. I even saw a story about an older guy. He was in somewhere in Africa. He actually went back to elementary school to learn how to read and everything. So it's never too late. That's the one thing, no matter where you at. Because nowadays, It ain't like the old days where if you were like 50 or something, you in old age and stuff, and you might have been a great grandparent. Well, that's something else for my other channel. Yeah, you might have been a great grandparent or something. But no, it. Look, with health now, you can always start anew. Cause like I said, I see a lot of people. I know a lot of people personally, people I care about. It's like, oh well, they don't know what they want to do, still can't figure it out. But you can do it, whatever you figure out. Because it's never too late to just follow a dream or to start a new dream. Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna use myself for an example. I can honestly say I've achieved 90% of what I've wanted to achieve in life. Only thing left on the list I still haven't quite managed was global domination. Yeah, I know I keep saying that, and y'all think I'm joking, but I still haven't done that one yet. So, and actually, a guy told me, I think it was a psychologist too. He said, that's kind of healthy. It keeps your mind occupied. I was like, well, yeah, it actually does. Keep me awake. I'll be 90 years old. And I was like, I'll be like turned into Pinky. I was like, what we're gonna do tonight, Pinky? And or no, Pinky would be like, what we gonna do tonight, Ron? And we'd be like, what we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. So that does keep me going. But no, my next I know with me, because I've already written fiction books, but now it's time to get them really out there, because everybody know me for my nonfiction. But I really do want to just get TV shows, or at least start with some web series, maybe some movies done or something. So I'm gonna work on that. But whatever your dream is, it could be to start a restaurant, it could be to be a dancer, a gymnast. I saw a video of a 70-year-old gymnast, I saw another video of a 90-year-old running a marathon. It's never too late to live your dreams. It really isn't. That's the one thing you always have to realize. Now, I know this message is more in terms of, what I have on romwills.com, but, if we're going to talk about business and being an entrepreneur, it's a dream, And it's a dream you have to keep going for, because it's your reason for existing. And that's the main thing. You have to keep going. You have to want to do that so badly that you just going to keep going. You can't let anybody stop you, no naysayers, anything. And, even the age, shit. In this day and age, it's just a number. Because let me hit some signs for you. With the death of cells in a body and the birth of new cells, every 7 years people get a new body. So basically, in many ways, if you keep yourself healthy, you could literally be as healthy at 70 as you are at 30. You can literally, it's possible. It's not impossible. You can do it. So it's like, as long as you keep your body healthy, you could actually reverse aging. Because I know I've had several people, even with myself, I pretty much kept my body healthy. Even in times where I was personally considered myself overweight, right? But just generally healthy, generally. We all got something going on. And I'm, looking into ways to become even more healthier, because I'm been reducing the amount of meat in my diet recently. I'll probably be vegan, I'd say in another few months, mostly, But, you can always change your body. You can always stay healthy, which means you can always keep going, doing the things that you want to do, whatever. So, what, you hearing this and, you on that job you don't like, you on that job, you want to do something else. You can still do it, but what, you got to believe that you can do it, right? You got to believe it. You got to want it. And you got to say, you can't have any excuses like, oh, I'm too old. Unless it's some job that got an age limit, which is very rare. You can still get out there and do something. You can start a whole new career, a whole new vocation. Plenty of people have done it. I remember this dude. He always wanted a bookstore, but he worked for the government for like 30, 40 years. Then went out and started a bookstore. I know one of my books is in his store. you know. Actually, I think he owed me some money for royalties, but that's another conversation. Anyway, right? It's never too late to do what you got to do. All right? Anyway, let's go out there and make that money.